This is the second video in the percentages module, and here we're looking at one of the applications of percentages, which is using percentages to solve problems. And in this question we're finding 65% of 750 people. And the first thing we need to do is to convert 65% back to a decimal or a fraction. I'm going to choose decimals. So to change 65% back to a decimal, we need to divide that by 100. So that becomes 0.65 of, good little Q word, means times, and 750. I'm going to assume that we've got a calculator handy. This comes out at $487.50. The second question, find 5.31% of $250,000. Now this time we're going to change this to a decimal, and the reason we definitely choose a decimal here is because the percentage is given to us as a decimal. So we need to divide that by 100. So that makes our number 0.0531 of means times $250,000. And once again, using a calculator, this comes out at $13,275. Question 3. A car costs $37,000 plus stamp duty. If the stamp duty is 2%, what is the total cost of the car? Well, there's two ways to do this. The first method is to find 2% of $37,000. And 2% as a decimal is 0.02 of means times 37,000. And that comes out to be, using a calculator, $740. So that makes our total cost $37,000 for the car, plus $740 for the stamp duty, which is $37,740. The second way of doing the question is to say, well, if the car costs $37,000 and the stamp duty is 2%, then really we're going to pay 102% of the cost price. So it's 102% of $37,000. Now, converting 102% to a decimal, we divide by 100, which gives 1.02. Of is times 37,000, which takes us straight to our answer of 37,740. The second method is a little slicker to answer this question, but sometimes you're required to find out what the increase or the 2% is. So the first method actually gives you that answer as well as the total cost. And question 4, a shop buys an item for $35. The item is increased by 30% and then GST of 10% is added. What will be the final selling price of the item? Now, it'd be a great temptation here to add the 30 and the 10 together to get 40% and increase the item by 40%. But you can't do that. The item is increased by 30% to give a selling price, and then the selling price is increased by 10%. And that's very different to just increasing the cost price by the cost price of $35 by 10%. So we need to do this in stages. So the selling price is equal to, let's use the second method like from the question previous to this. So the selling price is 130% of the cost price. So that's going to be 1.3 times by 35, which is equal to $45.50. Now we can go and work out the selling price including GST. So that, because the GST is added 10% on, it's going to be 110% of the selling price, which is going to be 1.1 times by 45.50, which comes out at $50.05.